a serious respect for your own music, for your own written music. I grew up with a classical education because my granddad was a cellist in the Halle, but later on I studied experimental music with John Stevens and then went into popular music, and I found it difficult as a songwriter to think of myself as a composer. That's all changed for me now. I can say quite happily I am a composer. I like to mix pop and classical forms. I'm very interested in international music that works in this way, many of which is written for film. For example, the golden age of Bollywood, composers such as R.D. Burman, and also Italian film music of the 1960s and 70s, composers like Nora Orlandi and also Piero Umiliani. I have a range of vintage keyboards that have mostly been rescued. For example, this Hammond organ, which is a T102 and came from an old church in Fulham. This is my farfisa. It's a very common model. It's a Matador MR. It's got a rhythm machine, and it's developed in Italy by accordion manufacturers who got together in a group. That's where the name farfisa comes from, in northeast Italy. And I would like to bring back as well the vintage keyboards into the forefront of contemporary composition, like the Hammond organ here, but I also have a wider collection. I have a Vox, an Alex Winter Mini Moog, I have the Filicordia, many keyboards and analog ways of making sounds. So I'd like to work with them to make music that is both pushing forward and doing new things, but which is also accessible and using these brilliant sounds that these machines make that you cannot emulate. So this is the Vox Continental 2. I got it from somebody in Erith, which is where the factory used to be. I really love this instrument, and also I'm lucky enough that this particular one was modified by somebody with 2 extra potentiometers to do with the vibrato. I don't know if you can hear it, but let's have a go. So here's a note, and this one controls the speed of the vibrato, and this one the extent of the vibrato. So it kicks in. And interesting keyboards like this are what keep the keyboard interesting. And people have expectations about the Hammond organ. I make new music, but I don't make the kind of new music that people expect. I'm seated at my Hammond organ, which isn't working, but what I have on top of it is my Mini Moog, which is one of the Alex Winter Mini Moogs. He got the license during the 1990s to build these. He made 6, 7 in his kitchen in Wales. It's a fantastic machine. If you are looking for a sci-fi sound, this is the one you hear in all the sci-fi movies. Beautiful monophonic keyboard, which is a great addition to the collection because it functions in a completely different way to the other ones.